the problems that I was handling and facing in my local market were what is a lot of people across the country are facing now. Like direct mail responses plummeting. In Phoenix, it's 0.0007% response rate in Phoenix. So you can send out 10,000 mailers and you might get 3 or 4 calls. Well, how do you do business? Right? You go, what's wrong? Does the mailer go out? You're calling the mail house and you're going, hey, did it drop? Yeah, it dropped. You're like, what is going on? Right? Cost per lead skyrocketed. Our blended cost per lead was over $500 cost per lead. So $500, 3 leads, right, can buy you a MacBook Pro. 3 leads. I told my guys, I was like, guys, if I give you, 10 leads, that's like me cutting a check for you for $5,000, and I'm crossing my fingers that you will work those leads. I said, I'm gonna ask you a question. I was like, if you had to pay me $5,000 and I gave you 10 leads, how would you work them? Oh, I don't know. Crazy. So cost per lead skyrocketed. Sellers talking to 2 to 5 other people. Happens. You talk to them, they're talking to everybody and their brother. Now you have to get outbid in those major markets. Confusion on how to spend your marketing budget to get the best results. Where is the best ROI? So I'm going to talk about why I believe small markets are great. And there's no competition. There's large spreads, insane response rates, ample buyers, and they'll pay a premium. And essentially the criteria is, I don't care if it's Leeds, Alabama, where there's 5,000 people, as long as it's within an hour, around an hour from a major market, like, what's the word, where's that place in Alabama? Birmingham. Close to Birmingham, right? So as long as it is within that criteria, we can get a property sold. No competition, we're the only one talking to them. Large spreads, why? We're the only one talking to them. We're typically getting properties under contract in these small markets from 48 to 53%. You can't do that in major markets. And guess what? We do get deals in major markets with our current marketing method, which I'll show you here in a second, to generate leads, right? It solves that. It's the problems that are people having, it solves those problems. So, insane response rates from direct mail. Thanks to Mr. Myers, crushing it with, I believe, 7.7% response rate. That is true and worse. So here's a snapshot of a Google AdWords campaign. So I have about 5 different Google AdWords campaigns. I'm constantly testing, modifying, changing, doing different, browse match, phase match, different cities, targeting. So this one we spent about $2.5 million. This is about $445,000. We've got on those over 40,000 conversions on those campaigns. So here's the situation. So I know Google AdWords probably the second best thing, besides what? Besides doing deals and wholesaling. But here's the thing with AdWords. AdWords, the philosophy of AdWords is this, is that I have to be hyper-focused on my campaign, and the more hyper-focused I am, the better lead conversion I'm going to get. What does hyper-focused mean? I want to get leads in Arizona, or I want to get leads in Phoenix. Well, I want to get leads in specific zip codes in Phoenix, so I'm going to target Phoenix, and I'm going to target zip codes in Phoenix, and then I'm going to target. Now, there's a link right here, this link. It's called https takeout.google.com/settings/takeout. If you go to that link, that link will tell you all the data that Google has on you personally. Now, on me personally, they have about 1.5 gigabytes of data just on me. So 1.5 gigabytes of data is equivalent to roughly 2 million 8.5 by 11 Word documents of data. 2 million. Just on me. So imagine what they have on you. Right? Probably similar. So what does that mean? Is that these big tech companies is all about data. If you've recently watched TV and watched the news, you'll see that Facebook got in trouble, Google got in trouble, Twitter got in trouble because now they went in front of Congress on how they handle data. Well, what happened? Nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing. They got a slap on the wrist and said, handle data better, right? That's it. So what do these guys do, and why is data so important? They what's called graph data. Graphing data means you take the data you have, and then you match that data and layer that data from Google, layers it with Twitter, layers with AT&T, layers it with Facebook, and they buy and share all that data. For the purpose of what?
Marketing.
Advertising. So they can have their advertising dollars, right? Those advertising dollars can be spent, and they can spend to advertise. So Google makes billions of dollars advertising. So what recently Google came out with is in their algorithm, maximizing conversion, where they use the converted data to present ads to similar and like converted data. What does that mean for you? It means that if you have 100 conversions, they'll show your ad to someone else that has similar and like conversion metrics, meaning similar or like data, right? So for example, Matt, he has a certain characteristic of data, thousands of data points that Google has on him, and you search the same keyword, that same keyword, what's going to happen is it's going to show the ad for you if you have similar data points. Now, what that means is, now maximize conversion, you have a setup for maximize conversion, you're letting Google be smart, and they're going out there and they're presenting your ad in front of someone that has similar and like conversion data. Now, what does that mean? It means that it goes from $500 cost per lead to like $36 cost per lead. $36 cost per lead. So, and it gets better and better and better as the campaign, our campaigns are getting better and better and better and better, and they're getting better because they're becoming more mature and there's more history behind it. So instead of targeting a city and start targeting a zip code, we want to target a state, right? So you want to target essentially the state of Atlanta or state of Georgia. And you're going to get, if you target Georgia, you're going to get Atlanta, but also you're going to get Columbus, Georgia. Anybody know where Columbus, Georgia is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, Grange, yeah. Columbus, Georgia, Hampton, Georgia. You know where Hampton is? Yeah. So we've done deals, but we targeted Georgia, but we got deals in Columbus and Hampton and all these other little markets, and Atlanta, because we targeted the state. Now, what's cool about Google is you can target a state, and you can find all these little markets with no competition and let Google find those markets for you, which is cool.